Awesome. Okay, everybody. You're probably wondering who is this guy? I'm Kalei, founder and facilitator of the Fleet Connect Facebook group. Of course, we've been building it for at least about 5 years now. I come from the driver world, flatbed specifically, owner operator, and now we are helping to, unleash new insights from thought leaders inside of the transportation and trucking space. And today we have a special guest. So if you're watching this live or if you're watching the replay, just let us know in the comment section where you guys are tuning in from. We'd love to know what part of the world you guys are in. And if you have any questions throughout this presentation and conversation, just put them in the comment section as well. If we cannot get to them today, it will be in the near future, and all questions are good questions. All right, so just starting, of course, I have from 10 trucks, right? 10 trucks. I have Mr. Kadir Fuzilov. I said that correctly?
Yep, that's right.
Awesome. Well, just tell the people, the audience right now, who may not have heard of you, a little bit about your backstory, how you got into trucking and transportation. And of course, if you can also just let them know, share a little bit about your role and how it fits into the bigger picture at your company.
Sure. Hey, Kalei. First of all, thank you for the invitation. Yeah, it's so good to be here. My name is Kadir, and I am a founder of 10 Trucks company. And originally, I am from Uzbekistan. This is Central Asia, but last 10 years, I've been living in the US, and my background is in IT. So I've been working in a big enterprise companies in a management level, but I started as a regular engineer, went to the senior architecture level, and so on. But last, I don't know, I would say maybe 5 years, I understood it's time to move up, go to the next level and open my own business. Yeah. And last year I got investment, and yeah, this way we opened the 10 Trucks company. The idea behind this company is to create software for trucking companies, for carriers, because the reason why I'm doing, there are a lot of people from my home country, from Uzbekistan, in trucking business here in the US. That's why we decided, why don't we bring more technology to this industry? So for sure we can help many trucking companies to improve day-to-day operations, to improve the profitability, and so on. Yeah. And last year we started doing the research, better understand the market, talk to carriers. And yeah, today we have the TMS. This is the main product. And also we're working on our own ELD. So we're planning to launch ELD maybe in October, I think. Yeah, and the main idea, so how we can optimize the time for dispatchers, for accountant, I don't know, and other managers in a carrier company, because according to our research, we understood that there is still a lot of companies that use spreadsheets. They do a lot of manual work. They have a lot of missed loads and miscalculation, human error, and communication issue when something happens to driver or to a truck. And there are so many nuances which could be automated, and you can, by automating all these processes, you can increase the performance. By increasing the performance, you automatically increase your profit in your business. Yeah, sure, this is kind of short description of what we're doing, but if you ask more questions, I'm happy to answer all of them.
100%, man. So what does a typical day for you look like?
It's a good question. The day starts 6 a.m. and I do some stretching for myself. For sure, maybe the question was about a little bit a professional style, but yeah, I decided to share my personal.
Yeah, share some personal stuff, man. I think, your day to day as an entrepreneur and a founder is, insightful. I think a lot of people need to, adapt different routines and habits into the day to day. So feel free to share, whatever makes you feel comfortable.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, waking up early, 6 a.m., I feel a lot of comfortable, and I feel myself more productive rather than previously, I went to sleep midnight, 1 a.m., and wake up, I don't know, 9 a.m., something like this. And I struggle. But once I changed my routine, I go to bed 9:30. I wake up at 6. So when your mindset is fresh, you totally like thinking you're preparing for the day until my employees go online 8 a.m. I have 2 hours to prepare myself and think what's the plan for today, check my inbox, make sure I prioritize all my tasks. And yeah, and I know, okay, I have a meetings and then like the second part of the day, I'm going to do this, do that, and so on. Yeah. Usually early morning time is the best time to plan your day, but usually I prepare my next day at the end of the previous day. But when you check your inbox, something may change if you have something urgent on your inbox. And actually, there is some methodology called zero inbox. I like this approach. You check all your emails and make sure there is no unread emails. If something spam, you just delete it. And that's why you know you never miss something important.
That's a good nugget. I like
Yeah.
that. That
And
is
yeah, we start the morning in the company with having a meeting with employees. They're giving updates of what's going on. So, and I try to stay on top. I try to build a strong team
mm,
because I have 20 years of experience in building software. There are so many nuances, how to go to the market, don't do mistakes, how to
mm.
properly build the application, and so on. And coming from here, I try to share my knowledge, raise like professionals in my team rather than just, I don't know, giving like tasks, do this, do that. So a lot of time I dedicate to like trying to be a mentor for my employees. And yeah, and during the day, we just keep working and trying to attract new clients. And
Nice, man.
the biggest goal inside the company is how we can help our clients or future clients to make their business better. So we also think, okay, we are not just company who built TMS, sold it, like and got the money and say thank you. Our mindset is always like, we would like to be a partner for you guys and give us our problems, and we're happy to solve your problems to do the best that your trucking business bring more profit.
Got you, man. That's super solid. It sounds like you've incorporated a lot of coaching and leadership into your organization, which is super cool. What major shifts are you seeing in the industry right now?
It's a really good question. If we're talking about from the technology, for sure, this is AI. AI comes everywhere today and you cannot ignore it. So that's why I think it's very important for carrier companies to start using right tools now in order not to be behind according to your competitors. Because for sure, let's say if you have two companies, A and B, and one of the company, their dispatchers use some kind of tools with AI, and the amount of work they can produce is 10 times more than your competitor. For sure, if you are not using any tools, then you have to hire 10 dispatchers, right? To do the same amount of work. So that's why it's very important to optimize your expenses. I mean, how many people you're gonna hire. If you already have, I don't know, 5, 10 people in your company, why should you hire more? Maybe you will buy a proper tool software and increase the performance of each of your employee, no matter if it's accountant or it's a dispatcher or somebody else. So this is the biggest shift, which is coming, especially now when we have the AI agents. So I'm not sure how our listeners aware about that, but this is kind of a smart AI bots that can do some long task. And not only do something one, but they can do many tasks and come to result. So that's why it's important for many carrier companies to start using the proper tools and yeah, be on top on the market.
So right now you're saying your TMS has incorporated AI inside of it at the moment?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Just something interesting. Many people, many companies still thinking if we buy a fuel, the cheapest one, then we're gonna win. So it sounds so logical, right? Go buy a fuel in Texas or in Oklahoma, and you're gonna spend less money on the fuel. But actually, as we know, there is a IFTA taxes included to the fuel price. And if you do the right calculations, for example, our TMS can do this at the end of the year, sorry, at the end of the quarter, when you send the IFTA reports, you're going to see that you pay more in IFTA taxes. No, sorry, you pay more for the fuel because IFTA taxes, which is included to the fuel price, is less. Or you can buy a little bit more expensive fuel in Illinois, for example, but the included tax is huge. And at the end of the quarter, when you are comparing the final like numbers, you win for a couple $1,000 at the end of the quarter. So during the year, it's 4 or 5K.
That's really awesome, man. I'd love to know, um, what's working well for you guys right now, and what's been like the most frustrating thing?
I would say this is the maybe the trucking industry doesn't know a lot about existing technologies on the market. Maybe this is frustrating. That's why we're trying to be more loud about how we can help to the trucking companies today.
Mhm.
And yeah, this is maybe frustrating. But from the other side, overall, the trucking business, especially to the 2021, 2022, when the market went up, it's rocketed. Yeah, now many truck drivers they earn much less, and the offer on the market is much lower. That's why many like carriers, truck drivers, they struggle a lot
Mhm.
compared to previous years. And based on that, we just made a decision. Why don't we help to the industry? And we decided, okay, if you have up to 3 trucks, our TMS with all our features, no limits, free, totally free for you guys. Just come and use it. This
Hmm.
is how we're thinking, like how we can help to the market. So we're not just thinking how to make money, but from the other side, how we can help to the industry.
That's super powerful, man. Yeah, I think carriers definitely need to adopt technology a little bit more quickly. It could definitely boost their business, and that's kind of been a part of our educational pieces in the past, is just making sure that we don't want to leave them behind, right? We want to make sure that since technology is moving so fast, and trucking in a whole in entirety is a very, very competitive industry. So when people, some companies, when they kind of struggle, they may be competing against companies that are adopting, technology and AI a little bit more faster, right? Which is going to definitely hurt them a little bit. With that being said, which metrics are you guys most focused on improving
Metrics, you mean our metrics or metrics for a carrier company?
for you guys internally?
It's a good question. Maybe I don't understand exactly. So if we're talking about like internal metrics of our company, then yeah, I didn't think about that. So I assume you're talking about some metrics. Let's say how much I just got an idea.
Mm,
We can have a metric how 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 much we're how much we help carrier companies to save their money. I think this is really good metrics, and we can put it on our website. So we help
mm,
X amount of dollars to X number of companies to save. Because when we're talking about saving, and you were like right when you said it about adapting and competing,
mm,
for example, we're working on a feature. In near future, we're gonna release a feature. For example, if you're a driver going from Dallas to Chicago, and your job, for example, or dispatcher's job is to find another load in Chicago area,
mm,
then you can just with one click, TMS give you all the best loads according to the miles, according to the type of the commodity, according to whatever, everything. And like, oh, we're going to integrate with all load boards. And you don't have to think, oh, is this a profitable one for the business or not? So when we know how much gas you're gonna buy and the distance and how much you're gonna pay to this driver, all this gonna be calculated in a seconds, and you're gonna get the top 10, the best loads around this area you can take for your driver on the way back to from Chicago to Dallas.
That's super cool, man. Wow. Okay, that's a big improvement. That is huge. Awesome.
Yep.
So I guess just future pacing a little bit, you know. Well, before we get there, I'd love to know how that process was for you as far as, you know, raising funding for your company. Was it something that was that kind of was a easy journey, or was there kind of some things, some challenges you had to kind of navigate through? What did that kind of look like for you guys?
But yeah, it's a really good question. It's my first like fundraising in my life, and it's my first own company. And the challenge is I learned a lot before I got the investment. And I would say the challenge is, I would say the biggest lesson was that people buy from people. If somebody want to give money to you, they never, oh, for sure, they check your product, they understand the market. But first of all, the question is, can I can I trust my money to this guy, and like, can that guy, that person, make something successful with this money? This is the main criteria when you try to get money. You
Mhm.
may have a perfect product, really good idea, but if the investor doesn't, if you show the trust, if the investor, oh, I'm not sure that this person is going to lead the company or go to the market and make this company successful, they may not like give the investment to. The key point is relation still person to person. So people buy from another people, and this is how it works.
100%. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I tell people that all of the time. So yeah, relationships is definitely going to be key because AI, of course, will help accelerate us, right? But I don't think we want to be replaced. And it can't take that human element part out of it, right? So, you know, relationships are everything, especially in trucking. You know, I believe it's a really a people industry at the end of the day. So yeah, real spot on with that. I guess as we kind of future pace now, you know, where do you guys want to be or looking to be in like the next 6 to 12 months from now?
Okay. Well, for sure, we would like to get the more clients the next 6, 12 months. And at the beginning, I mentioned that we're working on our own ELD. And the reason why we're building our own ELD and our own TMS, so we can build very tight integration, very, very tight integration. And if a company would like to use both products, then they can get much more benefits rather than they use our TMS versus other ELD from other vendor. Why? Because let's say when you have your own product, you can get much more data. So you are not limit yourself to get the data from the ELD and build more powerful features. So, for example, you can always know where's a driver right now. And if you know that the drop off point location and from the GPS, you already know that the driver is there, potentially you can prove that the load was delivered. This is for sure like one of the small feature we can talk about, the type of integration. That's why in future, 12 months, 2 years, whatever, we will try to close the whole circle for the carrier companies. So they don't have to think, oh, I would like to onboard driver. What software I'm going to use? I would like to find a parking. What software I'm going to use? No, we would like to provide all software under one umbrella 10 trucks for one carrier company, and they don't have to think about anything else. This is the future I'm looking for.
Oh, okay. That's nice. That's nice because we focus more so on you know, AI infrastructure for the driver recruiting process, right? So hiring, qualifying, following up, onboarding. making sure that they get the right people in the right seats. So that's what we're focused on the most. If there was one, if you could solve one major challenge today, what would that be?
One major challenge. I would say to increase profitability of a trucking company because there are so many companies on the market that say, "Hey, come to us. We're gonna do the audit of your company, and we're gonna show you the bottleneck of your business." But if such kind of companies exist, that means the problem exists.
Mhm,
And many business owners, they start trucking company without really understanding how to properly calculate your how profitable is your business because
mhm,
they forget about many things when they calculate the profitability. That's why, like, we're thinking, okay, how we can automate again the same part. There are so many variables in the equation you have to keep in mind, and then you're gonna get perfect cost per mile for your business. And our goal, like, when you see the number, let's say report how much you made, and this number should match your number in your bank account. It's very important the way how your TMS should calculate
mhm.
the the money, the profitability of the company.
That's a really good feature. That is awesome. Being
It's
able to,
already exist. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's a good feature. Okay, cool. That's super interesting. So how do you guys, I know you said that you guys were looking to get more clients. Are you guys mostly doing like paid advertising, organic outreach, content marketing?
Yeah, we do everything. We do the social media, and since we recently started the marketing as well. So we do the social media, we do the paid advertisement, like content and all that stuff, email marketing and so on.
Nice. Which one do you think kind of performs best for you guys right now?
I would say the social media because because people from trucking industry they spend some time in a social media, so maybe not some time but enough time in a social media trying to, I don't know, relax, chat to friends, watch some reels, whatever. And it's very important to use all the ability of the social media today. So I'm sure you know what's reels, how it works in
Mm.
Instagram, right? If you create a proper reel, it can go viral and you can get million views. Why not? So that's why we're aiming like this and trying to make our reels viral. And yeah, you can get huge audience.
Yeah, 100%. There's actually an event next week. I'm super excited to attend Creator Hub. So it's going to be a lot of great speakers, people that's millions, billions of views, YouTube, TikTok, pretty much every platform. But I can't wait for that event. Which platform do you think kind of performs best? Are you guys mostly on, is it Instagram? Is it LinkedIn?
I would say the Instagram, LinkedIn is not good enough because it's very
Mhm.
professional. And what we see now, owners of trucking companies or dispatchers, they're not super active. If you are from IT industry, then for sure LinkedIn is like where you must to be, where you should find your like future clients and so on. Yeah. LinkedIn is like very, very specific. Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely agree. A lot of drivers do hang out more so on the other platforms, I think, like maybe Facebook, Instagram, of course. TikTok, of course, is something that we're definitely I'm excited to learn more about moving forward after the event next week. But I do believe a lot of carriers and drivers, owner operators do hang out more so on the other platforms for sure, just based on what I've seen over the past couple of years. So it sounds like you got a really great content team. Are you guys so you guys focus mostly on short form content like reels and like are they educational pieces or are they more so something completely different?
So we try to post in our blog some articles
Mhm,
which is gonna be valuable for readers. There we can call it educational, but in social media it's more attracting. So we try to I don't know, reveal the problems of trucking companies and then show what kind of value we can give to them, and always
Absolutely.
call to come and sign up in our TMS.
Good call to action,
Yep.
man. Well, if you could go back as we wrap up, man, if you could go back to when you first started your entrepreneurial journey, what would you kind of tell yourself? Like, what's one or two really, really good nuggets that you would go back and tell yourself?
I would say that for sure it's very like generic, very general, but never give up. Yeah, because you're gonna face a lot of challenges. And if you have the right people around you, then it's gonna be much easier for sure. And yeah, and with the time you get more understanding that making business, it's not something easy. And that's why I'm saying never give up and be ready for all the challenges. Just go forward and the key point also, always have a mindset, how can I give more value to people? So money, for sure, the reason why we're doing business, right? To earn money. But this is not like number one thing. This is not most important. If you try to give more value to people, people come to you, clients come to you and start using your product.
100%. Value-based business. I love that. Well, cool, man. Is there anything else you wanted to share, or how can people get in touch with you specifically if they want to reach out to you or your team? What's the best way to contact you and 10 trucks?
Yeah, so our website, tentrucks.com, and for sure, if you allow, we can put on the description of the video, and people just come to the website, click book a demo, and we are available any moment to get a call from you. So, and I'm available in LinkedIn. I can share my LinkedIn. I'm always happy to connect with any person from trucking, even not trucking industry, share my knowledge, experience, and yeah, I'm always happy.
Awesome, man. It's definitely been a pleasure and a treat to have you on today. I can't wait to see what you guys are preparing to do for this industry. It sounds like you are building something completely game changing, especially with, your industry knowledge, your expertise, and also understanding AI a little bit more than most people. So I'm super excited to see what you guys are working on for sure. So yeah, if you guys are watching again, if you're watching live and you have questions, put them in the comment section. If you're watching the replay, please put your questions in the comment section. Again, my name is Kalei Poteet. This is Fleet Connect. This segment is called Legacy Decoded, and we are decoding legacies of some of the, I think, best thought leaders right now as we move forward in the trucking space. So if you guys are looking for a solid TMS system, I would definitely check out 10 Trucks. Give it a shot. Get in touch with their team. And all in all, I appreciate your time for just watching this segment. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. Over and out. Peace.
Yeah, thank you, Kalei, again for the invitation. It's a great time to talk to you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.